Okay, we're here at 2210 San Marco Drive here in Los Angeles, 90068. So we're inspecting the sewer line for the people that live in the house over here. And this inspection is based on my opinion. And we've started off by running our camera from this clean out, a 4-inch clean out located here inside the garage underneath a concrete floor. We have our camera in the line about 46.5 feet, which brings us up to the city connection in the street. There's the city sewer there. You can see the city has a lining over here. So let's bring the camera back nice and slowly. So it comes back. You know, why don't we clean up the lens a little bit in the city? Yeah. Okay, so, all right, so come back. So you're going to come back in a big 6-inch clay pipe coming back from the middle of the street towards the property. And this is pretty deep in the ground. Now you can see the line is very clean. You've got very minor little teeny weeny roots coming through the joints over there. That's hardly really nothing at all. So as we keep coming back in a big 6-inch clay pipe, you can see it's still intact. Very minor little roots. And then it comes onto the property. Now just go forward a little bit. Right over there, you get a little bit of roots coming through the coupling over there. Very minor roots at this time. It comes onto the property to a 4-inch clay pipe. You can see the pipe is still intact. There's no big major cracks. There's no major breaks. There's no major dislocation. Looking at this pipe, looks like it's in pretty fair condition. Looks pretty good. Then it comes back to some cast iron pipe. So we're going to come back. So see, even looking at the inside of the pipe still looks in pretty fair condition. Now, when you actually physically look at the pipe in the house, you can see that it is pretty old, the cast iron. It's really rusting away. But when you look at the inside of the pipe, it doesn't look too bad at all. Now, if you're going to hydrojet, obviously you want to push the hydrojetter past the cast iron pipe, and then you can clean it up. The roots in the line. To me, that pipe didn't look too bad at all. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording. Okay, so we actually just put the camera back in the line from the 4-inch cleaner. Bring it back 1 second. You see, right over here is where the cast iron and the clay meet. That I've located at 8 feet deep outside of the house. Now, everything looks pretty good, but the one thing that I was concerned about was when the homeowner told me that there was a huge flood over here and all the concrete was lifted up. That's why we're here, to make sure that the pipe hadn't collapsed. And at this time, the pipe hasn't collapsed. But I'm definitely a little concerned about the amount of water that eroded probably a lot of dirt away, which may cause this pipe one day to collapse. That's possible, because we don't know how much of the earth was removed. Maybe it's just standing on its last legs. We don't know this unless you have to uncover it. So let's keep that in mind, that for down the road, whether this pipe collapses, that may come back to be the cause of the flood. Okay, bring the camera back. We're going to just bring the camera back. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over inside the kitchen, and we're going to run our camera from the 2-inch clean out that's located in the kitchen. So I'm going to pause the recording. Okay, so we're running the camera from the 2-inch clean out.
Interrupt you for just a moment.
Okay, so we're running the camera from the 2-inch clean out inside the kitchen area. We've reached the clean out at the first 4-inch clean out that we ran our camera from. That's it right over there. So let's bring the camera back. So this is by the 4-inch clean out in the garage, and it comes back into the cast iron pipe. So now what I can tell you is that there's an enormous amount of roots here in the line in this cast iron pipe. So this pipe is really pretty much at the end of its life. You can see it's got heavy roots in it. Now, as of today, the pipe hasn't collapsed or anything, but like I said, with all that amount of water that you had from the leak outside, there's always a possibility that the ground might have been weakened and it still may collapse this pipe. We don't know that. But here it comes out of the clean out over here, inside the kitchen area, and we'll go ahead and stop the recording over here.